Good day, everyone. Welcome to Let's Talk Networking. I'm Terry Lee Harrison, and I am passionate about helping business owners network in the most lucrative way. Today, I have a special guest. Kay Cremond is with us. Kay, welcome.
Thank you very much, Terry Lee. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh my gosh, it's a pleasure to have you here. And everyone, y'all, can y'all guess I'm a fan of Kay's hair? I am. I'm always a fan of Kay's hair and fashion. She shows up so wonderfully on screen, and I'm so excited one day to spend some time with her in Melbourne and see her. So that's on my bucket list. And Kay knows it because I just called her out on it on LinkedIn last night or something. So recently, I said, I'll look at it at your house. Yeah. I would love to introduce you more formally to Kay. She shows women how to rescue their retirement by feeling great and becoming financially secure. She is an online business mentor. Her company that she represents is Asean, and she's coming to us from the greater Melbourne area. So doesn't that sound official and fantastic?
It is. It's a great place, great part of the world.
I know. I'm so excited to be there. Kay, I would love it if you could share with our business owner friends. Tell us what you do. What are you up to in the world? Let's start with that.
Well, I actually help men, women, business owners, and athletes perform, look, and be their best with a 21st century cellular health biotech company. A big mouthful, but it's revolutionary, and it's an alternative to pharmaceuticals, which a lot of people are actually looking for these days.
Sounds so good. And we are all looking to look better and feel better. And I think especially the older that we get, the more, right? Someone was telling me, or I heard a saying, Kay, recently, and it was, I see my grandma when I look in the mirror. They said, and I was like, and I was like, I see my aunt. I never saw my mom's sister in my life, and recently she keeps appearing online at me. I'm like, oh boy, okay. So shocking. Now tell us. I know, just share with us a little bit more about like the Asean product and how that shows up, how people can use it, how they can consume it, and how they can take it, because I know that there are several forms that this comes in.
Correct. Well, the flagship is a drink, and it's been out in the world for 10 years. They're on their 11th year here. It's only been in Australia for 6 years. So, well, the actual drink has only been available probably for about 3 or 4 years. So it's bioidentical to what is made within our cells, because when we're little, up until about adolescence, we make a lot of what's called these redox molecules, and they're actually within our cells. Our powerhouse makes them, and they're responsible for kicking in the immune system, basically the immune system. It actually detects cells that are in trouble. They actually repair them, or they ask them politely to disintegrate, so that make way for new healthy cells. So from adolescence, it's basically a downhill slide. So we make less of them. So this is just topping up, and it's like when you're about 40, you're only making about 50% of what your body would normally make. And when you're about 80, you're only working on about 10%. So this is when you actually think about wrinkles, age spots, wounds that don't heal. It's because you don't have enough of these redox signaling molecules within your system to help generate the body to keep it up, to keep it topped up.
So this is not brand new to me. I've been networking with Kay for a little bit. If it's new to you, you might be like, if they were to, we can do another call to action at the end, but if they want to look up more information on what you're talking about, what website might they go to?
Okay. The main thing is to actually, you can Google it, but don't just do it in Google, because you need to go to either PubMed, which is a published medical journal, and you'll find thousands of peer-reviewed studies and scientific studies in there. And also the other thing is Google Scholar, because they are areas where you will find papers. There's actually been 5 Nobel Prizes won on the discovery of this technology, not the actual, I should say, on the discovery of redox signaling molecules, not the technology. The technology that has brought from that discovery has been worked on for over 20 years, and it's only come into production as of 10 years ago.
Yeah, awesome. So I want to invite you, if this is something new you're just hearing about, to take a look and see what it's about. Mike Chavez is watching us right now. I'm guessing he's in Vegas unless he's traveling. So Mike, great to have you with us. So Kate, we met networking, and I can tell you enjoy networking just by watching you network. Can you share with us what is one of your favorite things you love about networking?
Oh, being accessible. Like, COVID to me was, I know some people have been, oh yeah. To me, it was a blessing. It's enabled me to travel the world without leaving my office. I've been networking with some marvelous people. It's just been an honour to be in any networking events, and you go to one and they'll go, oh, you must come to this one, and you go, oh, I must come to that one. I mean, some of them will start in my time zone, which will be 5 a.m. I mean, it's to 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., so they're all over the place, but it enables me to actually, connect with other people. And the other thing is just learning about what other people do and why they do it. It is just so fascinating. It's not so much to actually, it's not to push your product or to push anything. It's really just learning about other people and how I might be able to serve them and connect them as well, because I honestly feel you do that and it will come back to you eventually. But it is just like yesterday I was talking to a lady in Scotland, and she needed something and I helped her. It was nothing to do with me. It was just connecting her to somebody else. And to me, it's just marvelous. I love it.
Yeah, but thanks for sharing that. I so agree that while I'm sitting here today and I'm probably not leaving the house all day. We're not in lockdown, but we're close. And I didn't leave the house I did leave briefly yesterday, but there's this feeling of I can't do much yet. And I know in other parts of the world, they're totally out doing the things. I see your pictures, guys, but yet I am so satisfied with my ability to connect with people, to be able to, right? I am so delighted, love meeting the people. It's not like I'm suffering at home because I'm lonely. No way, right? So I love that. And I love being able to cross my hall and just go into other countries, literally. Well, not literally, figuratively though.
But that's the other thing, because we have been in lockdown, and in Melbourne, we've probably been in lockdown for, close to 9 months in segments, like there was a big chunk of 6 months. And we're still in lockdown. We can only go 10K out. So, that's a big thing to actually jump on, have your computer on and go, yeah, absolutely. It's been a privilege.
Mm-hmm. I have things happening after we chat today, but honestly, I was so excited to get up today and come and talk to you, right? I'm I have something to look forward to, and let's go do it, right? Yeah. So, okay, I love it that you love that about networking. So, I've been talking, Kay, in the last few weeks on the lives and teaching about some of the things I teach on networking. And so I would love it if we could get quite specific on some of the things that you're looking for to help you in your business. And I want you, for those who are, it's not just about let's help Kay, but it might be about let's help Kay. So let's put on our thinking caps. Who do we know we might be able to connect Kay with? But if you're someone who's also in health and wellness and there's something that Kay says that you're that could be good for me, I want you to make a note of it. You might not even be in health and wellness, and we might go through something right now in sharing what Kay is really looking for, and you might say, oh yeah, that could work for me too, right? So put your thinking caps on, and let's just have our little exercise that we're going to do right now is be the highest and best value for all participating, all watching the replay, being here live. So Kay, let's talk a little bit. I think I've shared and used, and Kay knows about it, but like I still have, I still have like my list of my favorite clients, and it's my little cheat sheet, and it's not very fancy and it's not very specific, but it's kind of like my basic guide. So let's talk a little bit. Who are some of the customers, the types of people that you are looking to connect with that you believe you could help? So and you can totally take a list.
Sure. Well, the people that like my bread and butter would be those people that are already using alternative therapies. They're open to using it. I don't have to explain a lot because they're already using them. So you think of like reflexologists, because this product actually brings blood flow to the area. Once you put the gel on, it actually helps transport the blood flow. So acupuncturists, reflexologists, anybody that's using that manual handwork, also massage therapists that are actually using, they may be using just their hands, but they also may be using the Healy device or bioresonance devices that actually stimulate this blood flow, because it is just hand in hand. Like with an acupuncturist could put the gel on, and then about 5-10 minutes later, then they start the needling, and that'll actually help connect, and it just goes. It's just a perfect partnership, and they can also, any of those hand-on modalities, they can actually use that within the clinic, but then they can also have the patient, the client, have a tube at home. They can take that with them. So it's like taking a pair of hands home with them, because you'll find that a lot of therapists, they'll actually say, oh, so-and-so has it's declined. They've gone backwards because they haven't seen me enough, or so if the client can actually use the gel between visits, it stops that dip and it keeps them at an even keel, so that when they do go back for another treatment, they can actually work better, and they're actually not starting back to where they started. I know it sounds a bit but it actually it means that they can actually recover quicker. So for the patient, that's a win. But for the practitioner, it's also a win, because they can then make way for new clients.
Yes.
They're not hooked up with the same person coming back and back and back, so they can actually make way for a new one. So they're the type of people I'm looking for. Also, in another scale, oral surgeons, dentists, because they too can use it as a wound care package. A lot of dentists will actually be using it. Hair and beauty, because for beauty, you can use it for your vanity reasons, for your wrinkles and your age spots, etc. But you'll find a lot of women going through menopause, etc., might have a lot of hair loss. Men with hair loss, it is absolutely amazing for that. But hairdressers will see not just that, but they'll actually see conditions, skin conditions on the face and the hair, and on the person coming each time. And each visit they'll go, okay, they might notice something more so than the person sitting in the chair, because you can't see what's going on in the back, in your hair. So that's where hairdressers would actually be a good one. A nutritionist, they're always a good person to actually have on board as well, because it just helps the whole body, nutrition, to actually open up and to make sure that those foods that you're actually putting in are bioavailable, and that all your gut and everything like that is working at its optimum.
Yep. Those are all excellent. Those are all excellent. Can you share with us, because we talk about the big ask, right? And I know that you have a big ask of someone in Australia, and I wondered if you could share that.
Well, one of my big asks is actually to be introduced to the CEO of Diabetes Australia, because there's a lot of research out there to help diabetes, and I would really like to help that at the moment. It's just an introduction. It's there's a lot of legalities around things like this at the moment, so I'm open to having conversations now, so that when that road is open, that hopefully they will think of me and how I can actually help them. Other big asks are hair and beauty schools, like the heads of those, because they too they're training people that will have skin issues or things like that. I'm thinking Vogue, I'm thinking Hollywood, because there's a lot of people out there that might have that are having skin issues because they're wearing a lot of makeup, and they have to take it off, and their skin isn't looking the best. So the thing with the Renew 28 is that it's not just a skin treat. It actually treats the skin and makes the skin heal. So if you've got anything on there, wound healing, scarring, it can actually, you've got a good chance of some healing there with the gel.
So y'all heard how she leveled up her ask, right? And she went from talking about the hairdressers and the beauty people to the people who train them. So ask yourself, when you're giving your list of who you serve and who you're looking to connect with, how can I always ask for more? So Kay did a great job with that. So even going into the people who train the acupuncturists, the people who train the reflexologists. And I'm thinking, Kay, even when we think about the dentists and the oral surgeons, are there associations that they hang out with, right? That there could be. And what I like about these asks, and I thank you, Kay, and I hope that some of you have your thinking cap on and you're seriously like, oh my gosh, I do know someone. What I like is the seeds you plant inside of it. So I don't know if Kay knows, I don't know if I've told her, but my mom was type 1 diabetic, and my 19-year-old son is. He was diagnosed 2 years. Is that 2 years ago already? Yes, probably 2 years ago already. Time goes really quick. But I'm in like groups of other moms of T1Ds, and families are desperate to get help for their loved ones, right? And we might not know the CEO of the Diabetes Foundation in Australia, or maybe equate that to your country, wherever you are. But yet we might know a passionate group of people that may be interested in learning about the product, right? So listen to the things people say in your networking, make a note of them. The more specific we are, the more things stick. And we might be able to share down the road when you hear someone say some of the things they're suffering from. Oh my gosh, I want to introduce you to Kay. So there's that's just definitely something that comes to mind. And then lastly, I would just ask you, are you looking for opportunities to speak, whether that's face-to-face locally or even online, like podcasts and things like this? Are you looking for anything like that?
I can certainly be available to do that. I mean, like to do this today, and you really have to get used to getting out there and telling people about these things, but also learning what other people, for me, to be on shows, to be on different networks, to actually hear how I could actually help them, but how they could help me. So it's a two-way street. So definitely, thank you.
It always is a two-way street. So we're going to be rounding out our chat. I have loved getting to know you better here in this setting, as well as our other times that we've had together. Is there anything you would like to, that we have left out, that you might like to share about how we could help you as fellow networkers, or just any other comment you might like to make about networking in closing?
Sure. Well, I mentioned that we had a flagship, the drink. There's also a gel that's used topically. I call, like that's just fabulous to actually have around the house for anything that's, burns, scrapes, cuts, things like that. We also have a really unique, what I call unique, nutritional range, which only has the 4 products in it. And then there's the skincare range, which incorporates the gel that we were talking about, so that as a healing. So it's a very simple 4-step process. It's not, you can do it in morning routine, clean your teeth, you can just do it at the same time. So it's a, I don't know of any other moisturizer or skin product that you can actually take and use for discomfort. So it's not just for the beauty, it's an all-rounder. So pretty good technology to actually have and know about.
Excellent. Now, Kay, how do they contact you if someone would like to get in touch with you?
You can contact me. I mean, I can leave my Calendly link below, so that people can contact me that way, and I'll give you my email address. My website is actually being redone at the moment, but it will be asiaaustralia.com. So that will be coming in the week, next week or something like that. So so we can contact me that way.
Awesome. Well, I have loved having our chat. I hope that for all that were listening, that you found some value, that you were able to take away a networking lesson, able to put your thinking cap on for Kay, maybe, you never know, right? And hopefully how you could apply this for your business. If you were someone in health and wellness and you resonated what she said and you'd like to connect with Kay and maybe explore some ways that you can help each other, I'm sure she would be just delighted to do that. So as we close out, thanks, Kay, so much for your time. Just for those who are following my 90-day going live daily journey, if you would love to talk about any aspect of networking with me, you can always book a time at bookterrylee.com. If you're interested in us working together in any way, you can find out more information at terryleeharrison.com. And if you'd be interested in visiting one of our amazing global online referral chapters, you can find more information at vteamnetwork.com, or message me if you'd like to be a guest at one of our global networking meetings. We would love to invite you. So everyone, take care. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Our closing quote for the series is, "When you figured out what you want to ask for, do it with boldness, confidence, and certainty." And that's what Kay did today. Thanks, Kay. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Bye-bye.